Friendships are supposed to be our rock, right? The people who cheer us on, pick us up, and make life brighter. But what happens when they start doing the exact opposite? Sadly, some friendships can turn into major downers, slowly chipping away at our happiness and mental well-being. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 types of friends, and I use that term loosely for some of these that you might seriously need to think about creating some distance from. Spotting these unhealthy patterns is the first big step to protecting your peace of mind. It's rarely easy, and letting go of any friendship can hurt. But looking after your own happiness, that's non-negotiable. Stick around because number 6, that one ruins your confidence in the sneakiest way, and you might not even realize it's happening. First up, the critic. This is the friend who seems to have a PhD in pointing out your flaws, usually masked as just being brutally honest or only joking. They might nitpick your choices, your outfit, or even downplay your achievements with backhanded compliments like, "Wow, you actually got that promotion? Surprising, but hey, congrats." Those little digs, they add up, and the impact. Your self-esteem takes a hit, and you start doubting yourself all the time. You end up feeling small or constantly second-guessing everything. If you consistently leave interactions with this person feeling worse about yourself, that's a massive warning sign. This isn't tough love, it's a pattern that's dragging you down. Real friends build you up. If this sounds painfully familiar, that friendship is probably messing with your happiness. 2. The one-sided giver, or the taker. Next, we've got the one-sided giver, or as I sometimes call them, the taker. This friend's world pretty much revolves around their needs. They'll hit you up when they need a favor, an emotional dumping ground, or your time. But when the tables are turned and you need support, poof, they're nowhere to be found. You're their go-to, their reliable backup, but there's zero give and take. This kind of imbalance is just exhausting, isn't it? It leaves you feeling used, unappreciated, and like you're constantly pouring from your cup into theirs, while yours is just running on empty. Friendships need to be a two-way street. If you feel like you're always the one giving, it's not a friendship. It's an energy-sucking vortex. Recognizing this helps you guard your energy for people who actually give back. 3. The gossip. Then there's the gossip. This friend is always armed with the latest scoop, and they just love to share secrets, often without even checking if they're true. At first, it might seem like a bit of harmless chatter, but their habit of talking about everyone behind their backs is a huge red flag. They almost seem to get a kick out of discussing other people's private lives or misfortunes. What's the real problem here? It's a massive breach of trust. Think about it. If they're dishing the dirt to you about everyone else, you can bet your bottom dollar they're gossiping about you to others. This kind of atmosphere breeds anxiety and makes you super hesitant to share anything personal. Trust is the bedrock of any real friendship. If they can't keep other people's secrets, they're definitely not a safe place for yours. Okay, so we're 3 types in. Are any of these sounding a little too familiar? It can be really tough to admit, but just recognizing these patterns is a huge first step. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below if you've ever dealt with any of these friend types and how you handled it. And hey, if you're finding this helpful and want more tips on building a happier, healthier life, why not take a second to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Ever shared good news and got a weird vibe back, like your happiness made them uncomfortable? That's the jealous friend, and here's why they're dangerous. It brings us to number 4, the jealous or envious friend. This is the person who really struggles to be genuinely happy for you when good things happen. You share some exciting news, and their congratulations feel off, a bit forced, or they'll quickly steer the conversation back to themselves, or subtly try to one-up you. Oh, that's nice, but let me tell you about my even bigger problem achievement. Their envy can also show up as this weird, unspoken competition. They always need to seem like they're doing better. Being around them makes you hesitant to share your wins, and honestly, it just dims your own happiness. You might even find yourself downplaying your successes just to avoid their reaction. Real friends are your cheerleaders. If someone consistently makes your good news feel bad, they're not helping you shine. Next up, the drama magnet. Oh boy, their life is like a never-ending soap opera, a constant whirlwind of crises and conflicts. And guess who's always at the center of it? Bingo! There's always a new villain, a fresh injustice, or some urgent meltdown that needs your immediate emotional support. They seem to attract drama and maybe even, dare I say, thrive on it. The toll this takes on you is huge. It's incredibly draining and super stressful. You often get cast in the role of therapist or rescuer, while your own needs get completely sidelined. Look, supporting friends through tough times is important, but with drama magnets, the crises are relentless and often feel self-inflicted. This constant chaos just hijacks your peace. Friendships should add stability to your life, not a daily dose of someone else's turmoil. Friend type 6, the manipulator. Now let's talk about the manipulator. This friend is a pro at twisting things to get what they want, often by playing on your emotions. They might use guilt trips, the classic, after everything I've done for you, or even emotional blackmail to get you to do things their way. They're also masters at playing the victim card to get sympathy and make you feel responsible for their problems. The manipulator might even gaslight you, making you question your own memory or sanity. What's the outcome? Your boundaries get blurry and your sense of self starts to shrink. You're left feeling confused, guilty, or like you constantly owe them something. This isn't friendship, it's emotional exploitation. Real friendships are built on mutual respect and freedom, not control. Spotting these tactics is the first step to getting untangled. Friend type 7, the inconsiderate friend. And finally, the inconsiderate friend. This one isn't always about malice, but the impact can be just as damaging. This is the friend who regularly disregards your feelings. They might consistently cancel plans at the last minute, always show up late, or rarely bother to ask how you're doing. They might hog every conversation or just lack basic empathy when you're going through a tough time. Their behavior, whether they mean it or not, screams that your time and feelings just aren't a priority for them. This leaves you feeling unimportant, undervalued, and unsupported. You might find yourself making excuses for them, but when inconsideration is a pattern, it shows a really one-sided dynamic where your needs always come second. You deserve friends who show up, are present, and make you feel seen and heard. If that basic level of respect is missing, the friendship isn't truly serving you. So you've identified a potentially toxic friend. What now? Ditching sounds harsh, but really, it's about creating some healthy distance. First things first, boundaries. Decide what you will and won't put up with, and if you feel up to it, communicate this clearly. With the critic, for example, you could try saying, "Hey, when you say things like X, it actually hurts, and I need that to stop." Often just limiting contact can work wonders. You don't always need a big dramatic showdown. You can start by just being less available. Reply a bit slower. Say no to some invitations. It's often called the slow fade. Sometimes, though, if the behavior keeps up, a more direct conversation might be necessary. Focus on your needs. I've realized I need to step back a bit. This friendship has been impacting my well-being. It's okay to grieve the loss, even if the friendship was toxic. Those feelings are valid, but don't let that grief stop you from prioritizing your own mental health. The goal here is to make space for relationships that actually feel good. Recognizing these toxic friendship patterns is a massive step towards a happier you. Remember, friendships are supposed to lift you up, not wear you down. Choosing to create distance or even end a friendship isn't selfish. It's an act of self-preservation. You are not obligated to maintain connections that consistently chip away at your happiness and peace of mind. Making room for supportive, respectful relationships is so important. When you let go of these draining ties, you open yourself up to connections that genuinely enrich your life. You absolutely deserve friendships that make you feel good about yourself and excited about the world. So, what are your thoughts on all this? Have you ever had to make a tough decision about a friendship? Share your experiences or maybe even other red flags you've noticed in the comments below. Your story could really help someone else going through something similar. And hey, if you're wondering what to do when the toxic friend is also family, that's a whole other video. So if that's you, definitely hit subscribe and check the link in the description to watch the video. Thanks so much for watching. If this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'll catch you in the next one.